The following segment is sponsored by Daniel A. White and Associates. It does not necessarily reflect the views of WDEL or Forever Media. Rick Jensen on 1150 AM, 1017 FM, WDEL.
Well, I've been a client of Dan White for many, many years, and I'm actually quite happy. Thank you. Dan White and Associates. So Dan and the folks that work with him, like Dan Simon and Andrew Wood, who's on the phone right now, they have a mission, which is, as financial planners, to specialize in retirement planning. And right now, with inflation and a possible recession, you got to have people who really have a good experience of this, and that's why we're going to get to Andrew Wood. Andrew, thanks for being on. After 1:30 news, we have one of you guys here from Dan White and Associates. I'm glad it's you. How are you, Andrew?
I'm doing great, Rick. Good to be here.
Good. Not to mean I wouldn't be glad it wasn't Dan or Dan. So, anyway. Now, what are you working on today?
Sure. So I've been looking at a number of different things. Just some of the things that we're hearing in the news. Most of the clients that I work with, and basically, almost every retiree at this point, they worry about two basic things, and these are, when you look at healthcare, you think about Medicare, right, for retirees, having health benefits for retirees, and then you think about Social Security for a lifetime income source throughout retirement. So you look at Medicare and Social Security, and we've been talking about whether it's the funds being depleted and Medicare running out or Social Security running out. Just some of the things in the news, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but the proposed release of the budget, the new budget, is supposed to come out tomorrow. And there was a little bit of a sneak peek. This does not address Social Security, but it does address Medicare. All right?
Okay.
So I don't know if you're aware of this, Rick, but Medicare is projected to run short in 2028.
Okay.
So basically, with this budget proposal, they're saying that they could increase that Medicare tax for higher income earners, specifically for earned and unearned income for over $400,000. They're going to increase that Medicare tax 3.8% to 5%. And
how long might that carry it then?
So they're saying that this should extend it by at least 2 decades.
Okay, fine. So everybody who's going to be dead in 20 years, you're cool. Don't worry about it. If you're already like 80 years old, don't worry about it. You're good. Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't want to get into politics, but this is obviously one of the proposals, and I think people need to be aware of this, that they are trying to shore up the system. Specifically, being addressed is Medicare. That should be announced tomorrow. We'll see what happens there.
Well, look, politics is the way you get the policy. And it could be good policy, it could be bad policy, and then politics is how you make that sausage. I think that everybody who's ever paid any attention to this topic knows that you solve the Social Security problem basically by taxing everybody and not having an income cap. If you want to continue the program, they are a simple solution. And
okay, so that actually, I'm sorry, go ahead, Ray.
No, go right ahead, man.
No, this brings me to another article that I just came across. It's from Morningstar. The guy's name is John Reckenthaler, and he looks at specifically addressing the solvency of Social Security. So on its current path, what they're saying is with no changes, they're going to have to cut or reduce benefits by 2035.
Right.
All right. Now this guy John, he uses resources from the American Academy of Actuaries and the Committee of Responsible Federal Budget. He looks at basically a couple different ways, and you actually just mentioned one, but they're looking at potentially boosting the payroll tax by 2% altogether for everyone. Typically, that means it's a 1% increase for employees and a 1% increase for employers.
Well, man, consider what just passed in Delaware. You have this, Family Leave Act, where the Democrats passed a bill where you're going to have a chunk of your income taken out from your paycheck, or maybe just the employer's paycheck, but likely your paycheck and the employer and what he's paying you, and you're going to have that chunk taken out so that, someone, maybe not you, will get 12 weeks, 80% of their income, and they adopt or have a baby. You're not going to get that money back. And now they're looking at another couple percentage for Social Security.
I mean, this would be one of the ways that they could
Well, yeah.
help with the solvency issue. The other thing you'd mentioned is maybe eliminating that payroll tax. So currently you're capped at about $160,000. So when you make over that amount, then you stop paying Social Security taxes. So basically they're saying they could potentially at some point eliminate that. Or another idea is you eliminate that cap at a set level. So let's say it's 160, you stop paying additional Social Security taxes, but if your income is then above 400,000, then they're going to go after earned and unearned income if your income is over 400,000. So there's a little bit of suspension there, to kind of bridge that gap between 160 and 400. So what that actually brings to, I use the word, the number 400,000. So if you think about it, I mean, they're looking at it specifically for Medicare and Social Security. For some reason, that $400,000 is that number that they have in the government that, they're looking at really going after.
Yeah, and I tried to find out why is that a magic number, and I failed to find it. It's probably one of these meetings like, well, what do you think? Well, what do you think? I don't know, 400? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Do you have any research on why 400,000 is the magic number?
I don't. I'm looking at this article here, and again, they use the American Academy of Actuaries, so that's probably part of it. And they do have different committees that are looking at the federal budget, and I don't know. Or it just could be a, kind of this idea that if you're making over 400,000, that you should be paying more. So
it just sounds good. Maybe it's a number that sounds good. Unless you live in San Francisco or Manhattan, then it's kind of rough. Yeah,
could be. So, I mean, that's what I have for you today. They are looking to help shore up these programs. The right way to do it, obviously, we don't exactly know what the perfect way to do it, but they are looking to address it. So hopefully alleviate some of the concerns that are out there when it comes to health benefits when you retire with Medicare, and then obviously those retirement income benefits from Social Security as well.
Well, you have a couple experts in your office who actually work with Medicare and such like that, don't you?
Just a few. I actually did a Social Security program last night. It was a full room, a lot of really good questions, and again, we cover this. This is a very important part when it comes to building out a retirement plan. It's making sure you're doing it right when it comes to Social Security.
Absolutely. As the playing field changes, you guys have to adapt and then share those adaptations with your clients, too, and I appreciate the fact that you guys do that. It's Andrew Wood, Dan White & Associates. Dan White has his Sunday morning program here on WDEL, 1150 AM and 101.7 FM at 7 o'clock on Sunday mornings. It's On the Money. And I'll take a risk and ask Andrew, do you know what he's going to be talking about?
I do. This one is supposed to be avoiding mistakes with your 401ks and IRAs.
Good stuff. All right, 7 a.m. right here at WDEL Sunday morning. Andrew Wood, thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks, Rick.
All right, you can give a call, by the way, at 800. Well, now I actually blew it. 88 does. Now you have to tell me the phone number again.
You know I don't have the 800 number, right?
I know that. So go ahead.
I can give you the office.
Go ahead and give me the office because for crying out loud, I had it memorized, and now I'm going like, wait a second, how can I have ever forgotten that phone number? But I know 610-358-8942 is the office over there in Glen Mills. What's yours down there?
302-449-0111.
Just laughing at each other. I'm the big doofus here, having forgotten the 800. Okay, there you go. Dan White & Associates. Just Google him. Take care, Andrew.
You too. Thanks, Rick.
All right, take care.